Hey, what's up guys? This is Jamie Toper from Toper Game Development. Today we're going to be doing some 2D game development. So, as you would expect, this is Java, as you can see right there. And this is Windows 8, so I can go like this, and there's that screen. But, so that's why the name is in the middle. And it looks a bit, there's no Windows button down there. So, I have the, Java EE IDE version of Eclipse, which you can easily look at from my other monitor. Let's see, where is it? There's the downloads here, and this is what I have. I mean, it's pretty easy to use. Normally, this is what I had before, but I'm not really sure what the difference is. There's some different things here. There's yeah, no, there is difference. But so we're gonna go and we're gonna create a new Java project, as you would expect. And I'm just gonna call this. What should I call it? Let's just call it. Just 2D. Again. Just set this to 1.6 because it's easier that way, and that's what I honestly code in. Hit finish and it'll pop up over here. You should really know Java, so this should be easier. New class, you know. And since I'm working for my company, I'll just set this to TGD, set that to main. Actually, I'll set it to I can't do that. Darn. Let's go like that. We're just gonna go mainframe. Go like that. No, I can just put that in. Okay. So we're gonna start off by just extends JFrame. This is just gonna make our lives a lot easier. So let's see. And then I prefer to do this, honestly, because because if we ever add in options, it makes our lives a lot easier. And you'll see why, because you can just go set size with height. It's that easy. You don't need to go like, you don't have to change it for everything. You don't have to go like that. You don't have to set that. You can set it somewhere else and it still works. So I prefer to do that. You can do it the other way. I don't really care. Let's set title. And normally, if you didn't import JFrame, you would have to go, just make sure I'm not getting any errors, 2D, set to that. Normally what you have to do is go JFrame, frame equals new JFrame. And then you would have to go like this, you have to go frame, dot, everything. But, like I said, this makes our lives a lot easier. So. Also hit Control-Shift-F to, as you saw there, it formats it. Set resize false, because if we get greater than these two values, we're not rendering out there. It doesn't, we're not setting this. The size is how big it is. So if we get bigger than that, there's going to be no rendering. So we want to make sure that it's just set to false. Just normally, if you're making like a Java program and you're, I don't know, getting the width and then dividing it by something or multiplying it, I don't really know. You could have that and you could resize it and it would automatically get it, but I don't do that. I don't even know why you have to set visible. why would you want a non-visible J-frame? I don't know. Okay. Now, I was thinking about this before. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add it. I'll add it anyway. Public static void main string args. And we're just gonna go new main. God, I'm all typing today. And then this is where this comes into play. You can just go 800 by 600. And it automatically puts it in there for you. You don't have to go up there and change it every single time. You can just change it right there. It's that easy. Okay, so that's our J-frame. You can just run it. And there it is. There's actually one more thing I want to add to it. Set location. Okay, I'm spelling that right. No. So what this does is instead of starting it up there, it'll start it right in the middle, so you get the full screen. But personally, I like it better like this. It's a bigger screen. I'm not sure if you have a smaller screen. I mean, I have a 1600 by 900 display, and I actually have two of them, so I could just drag this all like over here and then drag it back on because I have two monitors. But since my screen recorder only does one monitor, I do it this way. So now it's a bigger screen, still got some space in there, so it kind of fits. And yeah, let's see, what else should I do? We're gonna add this. I messed up on that before. How do I want to do this? I don't think we can. I'm gonna have to do this, aren't I? Yeah. I have to go back in my Word and add this. I'm sorry, guys, but the way that I have it set up, or the way that I want to set it up, you know, I have to do it this way. I mean, it doesn't take that long, but you know, it's kind of useless to do this. But the only reason I need to extend canvas is because in the long run, like I said about J-frame, it makes our lives a lot easier. So, what should I call this? Oh, leave main there. Void. We'll just call this render BG. Render BG. We're just gonna have the background. This is the background. BG background. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, so you see right now it's a nice pale color. I kinda like that, but I'm gonna make it like darker gray. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go buffer strategy BS for buffer strategy equals this dot get buffer strategy. We'll import that. You could just say did I spell it wrong? Yeah. Okay. And then, so normally this hasn't been created yet. It's just going to equal null. So let's fix that. If BS equals null, can't hit the mouse. I'll just turn off my mouse. And then this is why we had to import canvas mostly, because I'm not sure if there's really any other way to do this. Create buffer. Oops. God, or what spell? Create buffer strategy, and since this is a 2D game, we'll create 2, and then return. So now we got a buffer strategy, which allows us to be able to go into our next part. Graphics. We'll just call this A because I can't really think of anything else, and I like to go in alphabetical order. I'll just put that out there. Like in some of my games, I've gone by like G, X, and that stuff, and I can't stand it. So equals BS dot get draw graphics. Import graphics. Okay. Now we can start rendering stuff. So actually, I have an idea. Int with int height. We're gonna need these right now, so we're gonna go this dot, or actually width equals this dot width, height equals this dot height. So what this really does here is it takes this integer, puts it here, and then this integer up here outside of this is able to be used anywhere. Like if you want to use in like another class, you can just go public static int, but we don't need to do that right now. We might need to do that later, but we don't need to do it now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go a dot fill rect and then 0 0 because we want to start in the corner. So then width height already set because we just made those integers, and there. Last but not least, bs dot show a dot dispose. Okay, and last thing we really need to do here is just go render bg. I forgot the N. Okay, so now if we run it, it got really small. What if I go like this? I see what I did there. What the heck? What did I do? I'll just set this to W because that's confusing. Should be. Huh. That's weird. Maybe that doesn't work. Change this to W. Change this to H. W. Let's just try it this way. H equals height. There we go. Okay. And then I forgot to do this. Set color color dot green. I don't. I've never noticed a real difference between capital and lowercase. I don't know. Oh. I did that. What the heck? Just make sure it's doing it. This is good for debugging. If there's ever a problem, just make it render. Just do the system.out.println and then just put something in just to make sure that it's doing something. Okay, now I see the problem, guys. Implements printable. That's what I forgot. Okay, so now almost there. also we're gonna have to create a start. So thread. Let's just call it main, because you know this is our main class. Thread red. Wow. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go start. I can't spell. I'm going to go run. Because even though this would normally automatically run it, just the runnable thing, I prefer to put that in there because it seems to start faster and it not only wait, what is it? It seems to in the long run faster. So let's create a while loop running. So while running equals true, you don't need to put equals true. It automatically is set to that. If you want to be like while not running, just put an exclamation point. So while running, render bg background. Okay, let's try this. And we got a green background. Okay. And as you can see, oh wow, forgot that. Frame.set default close operation jframe dot exit on close. That's one thing that I always forget, which means that every time you run it and you exit out of it, it hasn't stopped. So you got to keep going like this because it's gonna max out your CPU. It's happened to me more than once. There. So as you can see, I don't even know the time, but it does this, so it prints out render, does this, and then does it again, prints out render, and renders. So I think I'll leave it there. I'll probably make another video either later today or just, you know, sometime later. So this is Jamie Toper, Toper Game Development. Check out our website, topergamedev.net, or our competition that we're going to be hosting on the, I think it's the 8th of June, 9th, I don't know, it's on the website. Check out www.24hdev.org. I'll put the links in the description, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.